Well, welcome parents to our virtual parents night. Tonight, I'm going to share with you some details about chemistry. And I have three different classes, so I'm going to kind of wrap those all up in one because I'm kind of doing similar things in all of them, although the curriculum's a little bit different. But welcome. I can't wait to teach your son or daughter. This is going to be a unique school year to say the least, but we are all really excited to be part of this. And so let's get ready to rumble. Here we go. Okay, so obviously, let's start with the obvious stuff. So how are we going to deal with COVID-19, pandemic, and safety for the teachers, for the students, for everybody? Okay, so first off, I'm going to kind of show you guys. I'll walk around. So the good thing about chemistry is this room is basically two rooms. We have the lab area, and then we have a classroom area. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've spaced everybody out pretty far. Now, obviously, the problem is there's going to be some classes where students will have to actually sit next to someone because, just class sizes and things. But we can always put those little shields up. They're going to be expected to wear masks the time and try to keep each other safe. Every teacher has seating charts. We have to keep track of where they're at. So masks will be required. We have hand washing stations in this classroom. Every activity that we do, they'll be washing their hands. We have hand sanitizers. We'll be spraying off the tables in between. And we're going to practice social distancing when we can, as much as we can. So, they'll be in contact with one person they're sitting next to, usually their lab partner. A lot of the tables, if the class size permits, we'll just have one per person. When we are doing labs, the talk is to split the labs in two, where one group is working on one side, one thing in the classroom area, and the other group is working in the lab. So we can make this work. It's going to be a challenging year, but we can make this work. We can keep our hope is that we keep everybody safe and everybody healthy throughout the school year. So that's my plan. Okay, so just a few background information on me. It's kind of awkward to have a picture of me while I'm talking, but whatever. So I've taught for 23 years at Hoover and at McKinley High School. That's where I started. I am an AP Chemistry reader and consultant for NIMSI, which is National Math Science Initiative, which just seeks to help people pass the AP exam. I'm a graduate of Malone and Kent. I have three kids. We're in this community. Many of you, I've known your son or daughter since they were little. So it's awesome to be part of the community and a teacher in the community. So I love this community and I love serving, and it's great. I love all things water, boating, snorkeling, scuba. In fact, I teach marine bio on top of that. So those are some things about me. Okay, so let's just start with some of the challenges that your son or daughter is going to face this school year. First, there's going to be a lot of anxiety. Everybody's a little bit on edge yet, and that's normal. It is normal to feel a little nervous about things. How am I going to get through the day wearing a mask all day? How am I going to, see everybody when we have to social distance? This is just a little bit weird. But what we know is that kids are really flexible and they'll find a way to make this work. And, I'm here to help them and I'm not trying to cause more anxiety. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on initially. Attendance could be an issue. If they are exposed to COVID, they might have to spend 10 days out, automatically quarantined. So how do we do school when you started and then a couple of days you have to miss 10 straight days? So the school or class is going to be set up that attendance will be able to we'll be able to deal with things like that. Instantly when you're dealing with students, if you have to police them, it instantly makes it more difficult to teach them. So that is a definite challenge, is that they're going to have to wear their masks, and then I have to tell them to wear their masks. So that's something that we'll have to deal with. Lab activities and grading papers and touching stuff and sharing supplies. How do you do school when you can't really share the same equipment easily? You're not supposed to be in contact with each other. And in chemistry, we've always done lab partners and lots of teamwork stuff. So the challenge is here, and I'd like to say that I'm up for it. I'm looking forward to the challenge. This will probably be my most difficult school year, but I'm also really excited about it too. So here's what I'm doing. Okay, so to meet some of these challenges, I'm going to make a paperless-ish classroom. Okay, so let me explain what that means. I have not made a single copy. I've posted them all on Schoology. We'll have folders. My lectures, because I kind of feel like it's difficult for a student to hear me lecture with a mask on initially. What I plan on doing is making 10 to 15-minute videos for the lecture, and then doing discussion afterwards, and then doing some practice in class. So it's kind of a little bit online, but the idea is that if a student is missing, they could keep up with it because they can follow the lectures. This year we've purchased a product for our district. It's called Kami. It's fantastic. Let me show you this. I'm going to give you a class to give you an update. So all my lessons will be in Schoology. You can actually follow along. You can access those as a parent as well. So this is where they're at, and I've been working diligently to put together these things. So we'll have discussions. Here's some of my videos. Like if you would like to see my rules, I have a video about my rules. These are all different videos that I've made. And let me just say, I've never done this. So every video I make will be a new video this year. So it's all new. And it's going to be a tough year for me to keep up with that. But, during that quarantine period of the pandemic, I learned so much about making lessons and how to connect online that I think that's a good thing to start, especially with the potential for attendance issues and, what do you do if you miss a lot of school? So, okay. So anyways, let me show you this. So when when a student does a Kami assignment, so this is a Kami assignment. So these things are different assignments. They simply just click on it with Kami. And what happens is it brings basically a PDF that's editable, and you can see this, and then they have all these files. They don't have to have giant folders that are, and so it's all digital, and then they can actually, if you have a stylus, you can sign it. If you can't sign it, you can type on it, and they can sign and type things. And then to turn it in, all you do is push a button. So this is way better than taking pictures of things and editing things. And then when I grade it, I don't have to touch anything. It's safe. It is a fantastic way of doing things. And, I really think in the future in college, when their student goes to college, we're still going to have all this kind of digital stuff going on. So I think this is good practice for us all. So that's a little preview of Kami. We'll be doing that. Like I said, if they miss a day, it's going to be really easy for them to just, oh, I missed this video. I can do this worksheet. Our textbook is online. So our textbook is also online. They can use that. So really, they don't have to have a lot of materials for my class except for their computer and maybe a pen or pencil. I mean, I imagine we'll do some paper stuff in class, but I'm not going to collect it. Chemistry is still the same if you took it years ago. It's still acid-base bonding, balancing equations, formulas, and so much more. I always try to make it lots of hands-on labs, and that's going to be a challenge this year. How do we make it hands-on and exciting and learning come alive without being able to touch each other's stuff and everything. So we're going to work on that. We're all just trying to figure it out as we go. So some needs that your student has. They definitely need a notebook to jot some paper down or make video notes. They're going to need a scientific calculator. There's lots of math and chemistry. They're going to need the computer. They're going to need headphones because we might start a day. It might look like this where we do a 10-minute video, a discussion, and then some sort of worksheet. We definitely need some PPE. I don't know what's going to happen when a student comes to my class and doesn't have a mask. I don't have enough to just give them a mask. So it would be ideal if maybe you could give them extra ones, or if you'd like to donate some masks to my class that I could give a student. It is very common for a student to come in without school supplies. So, normally they would share paper with each other, share pencils. And so how are we going to do that this year? So the idea is that try to send your son or daughter with enough stuff that they're able to be self-sustaining. They don't have to ask the teacher. They don't have to ask their neighbor for it. In between labs, I'm going to spray off equipment with Lysol, and I've purchased a lot with my own funds, but it would be nice, if they have an extra bottle to bring it into school where it's desperately needed. And then really, I need your support. I need your communication. If something's going on at home, let me know. This is going to be a challenging year, but and I kind of cringe when I hear it, but we really are in this together. To get through this, it's going to take a lot, but we can do it. And, this week it's been great getting things set up and ready to go. So, I'm going to post this out. And I'm going to have on parent night, I'll send out a link and you can join me for a Zoom meeting if you'd like to meet me in person, I guess virtually. And then hopefully someday we can really meet in person, and it'll be great. So I look forward, like I said, to teaching your son or daughter. Feel free to meet me during that online Zoom meeting for parents. I'll send that link out to you. And like I said, let's have a great school year. Take care all.